So you're thinking about moving to Newton, Massachusetts. Newton is a well-known suburb of the Metro West area of Boston. In my last two videos, I talked about West Newton and Chestnut Hill, then Newton Center, Newton Corner. I did another video on Woburn and Auburndale. And today we're going to talk about some of the little villages that are closer to Wellesley and Route 95. Newton Highlands, Newton Upper Falls, and Newton Lower Falls. I tell my buyers there's something for everyone in Newton. While it's a city of 80,000 people, with 13 villages, some of them have the vibe of a really small town, and some of them feel more like a bustling, mid-sized suburb. Today, the little villages that we're going to talk about have some very densely populated neighborhoods where the homes are close together and the lots are small, some that are along the Charles River and are a little larger, and have more expansive yards. Like I said, there's something for everyone here. And stick around till the end when I'm going to share more celebrities that were born and raised in Newton, Mass. My name is Jane. Welcome to my channel, Living in the Boston Suburbs with Jane. Each week I release a video sharing what I hope is helpful information to give you information about relocating to Greater Boston. And if you are moving here, please feel free to reach out as I would love to help you. So let's jump in and talk about Newton Highlands. So Newton Highlands is very close to Route 9, which is a 4-lane highway that runs east to west right through Newton. And it does have a really cute little shopping area with a gorgeous toy store and a restaurant called Buttonwood that is American Bar and Grill that you should check out. So it has a little bit of a mix. There's plenty of retail along Needham Street as well. That's where you're going to find some of the larger stores like a TJ Maxx and a Home Goods, a Five Guys. So where you're going to go to get your errands done. But here's a shot of the part of Newton Highlands that I love that's got Victorian style office and retail space and is just super charming and what you think of when you think of a charming Boston neighborhood. Now Newton has two high schools, Newton North and Newton South, and they're roughly divided by Route 9. They're both excellent. They get an A+ from niche.com. So you can be sure that in Newton, you're going to find outstanding public schools, committed parents and teachers, and you're going to find that there's a pretty aggressive curriculum for kids of all ages. Another great thing about Newton is there's lots of green space and open land. And one of my favorite books that my book club read in the last couple of years was called Defending Jacob, which is written by William Landay and was made into an Apple TV series with Michelle Dockery and Chris Evans. I'm not going to give away the plot, but it was a really good read. And part of the story takes place in Cold Springs Park, which is this really nice park with a nice couple really off the beaten mark trails near Zervis Elementary School. So check that out. I'm going to share a listing with you that I think is quintessential Newton Highlands, which is 44 Erie Ave, which was built in 1885. There's a lot of smaller Victorians in Newton Highlands, and it's just 2,800 square feet, and it has 4 bedrooms, 1.5 baths, and it sold for $1,525 in the summer of 2023. So here is this adorable Victorian on 44 Erie Drive. So you can see there's a detached garage where they probably kept the horse and buggy back when they built the house. And it has some really cool Victorian details, like this beautiful turned staircase with this nice newel post, and you can see the old-fashioned doorbell right there on the door. Some older light fixtures, which may or may not be original. Let's hope they're rewired if they are. And it's a little bit hard to look at empty rooms, but you can see that this room has a nice marble mantle around what is now a wood-burning stove. So nice hardwood floors, tall ceilings, and I love these old classic doors. So this is ready for an update for sure. So you can see why this sold in the 1.5. It's for Newton, that's a little bit of a bargain. And oh look, someone has a train set. Here's the house from another angle. So it's a long, skinny house and needs a little bit of love. So this sold in the summer of 2022 for $1,525. Now we're going to travel a little bit southwest. to Newton Upper Falls. Now, Newton Upper Falls is a hilly little neighborhood with some cool old buildings, and it does have this cute area that's close to that shopping area that I mentioned before, which is along Needham Street, where there's fun little restaurants, a couple little shops, and one of the places that we love to go for a beer and a burger is a place called the Biltmore, which is right in downtown Newton Upper Falls. And super convenient to 95 and also convenient to Route 9 and the Mass Pike. So that is one of the things that makes Newton such a great place to live. And it's just such an easy commute to everywhere. So when I'm finding homes to share with prospective buyers who are relocating here, I generally stick between $1 million and $2 million, or even maybe closer to $1 million to $1.5 million, to give you some idea of what your dollar will get you. Certainly, I just realized a lot of the houses I've been showing in Newton are about 2,500 square feet and around 1.5 million. This one's a little bit less expensive at 1.1, but certainly there are many larger, beautiful, elegant homes that are quite spacious and new, but you're definitely going to be spending upwards of $3, $4, $5 million to get something really large in Newton. And because I do have a soft spot in my heart for all things Victorian, I have one more Victorian to share, which I think again is quintessential Newton Upper Falls. So this is one of the older homes that I've chosen to highlight, and it was built in 1841, and I just love the detail. So I love the wood beams in the ceiling and the exposed brick. And this is really unusual exposed brick along the bottom of the wall. There is a cast iron radiator, which is a great source of heat. In New England, most of our homes are heated by natural gas. You'll definitely see a lot of homes with oil, but usually older homes such as this one will have been updated at some point and have gas if it's available on the street. If you have any questions about heating systems, or feel free to reach out because I have lots of information about that. One thing about Newton is you're definitely going to find everything is on city sewer, so you don't have to worry about septic or wells. So water and sewer is definitely through the city. And I love this kitchen because it has the combined vibe of an old Victorian, but lots of contemporary finishes, like these large stainless appliances. And lots of natural wood cabinets. There's a beautiful 6-burner range, tile backsplash. And this is a very big kitchen for a Victorian, because a lot of times that was very separate from the main part of the house, because a cook was back there with the housekeeping, getting your dinner ready. But this is nice and open. And there's a foyer, and you can see a peek into that room with the exposed brick, and nice stained glass window put in as a diamond shape on the diagonal. Very cute Victorian, actually pre-Victorian. Lots of color in this house, I will say that. And I love that they, again, kept these beams exposed in the ceiling. So this house sold for $1.1 million, and it's about 2,500 square feet with 4 bedrooms and 2.5 baths. Now we're going to pop over to Newton Lower Falls. So Newton Lower Falls is adjacent to Wellesley and Weston. So it's very close to the public golf course, the Leo J. Martin Golf Course, which is technically in Weston, but abutting Newton Lower Falls. And it's also very close to the Newton Wellesley Hospital, which is where I gave birth to my twins and had my appendix out. That it's a major hospital. It's a teaching hospital. One of the great things about being in Greater Boston is access to our terrific hospitals. So a lot of the best surgeons, doctors of any kind will see patients in Newton, for example, which is super convenient. Newton Lower Falls has its own Starbucks, and there is this cute little community center called the Lower Falls Community Center, where my twins participated in a co-op for preschool, which means basically the parents all volunteer. So I have fond memories, but it has a cute little playground, different kind of programming for different ages, and it's right in this little neighborhood with some smaller homes. So super convenient, nice gathering spot. So again, every part of Newton has its own unique features, and it's eclectic. So if you have any specific questions, feel free to reach out, and I'm happy to figure out which village is best for you and your family. And then finally, I'm going to share one more listing with you, which is 5 Crehore Drive in Newton Lower Falls. I chose 5 Crehore Drive because it's walking distance to the Lower Falls Community Center, and it was built in the 50s, so I thought I should at least get you out of the Victorian age. So this house is on a 9,000 square foot lot, which is not very big, and the house is about 4,600 square feet. So this sold for over 1.7 in October of 2023. But it's a nice big house. It has a more updated kitchen, beautiful custom cabinets cabinetry, hardwood floors, granite countertop, and very high-end range. Actually, it's quite large. Double wall oven. I really thought this house had a nice combination of space, still a reasonable price. You're still under $2 million, and a little bit bigger. Sometimes I feel like Newton Lower Falls is a little more affordable than some of the other villages, but we're going to find exceptions to that statement for sure. So the dining room has these nice columns and nice wainscoting, and I love that the kitchen is open to the family room and a nice view of the private backyard, updated baths. And I love this peek over to the center entrance staircase, which has some really nice, beautiful trim. Here's a nice big mudroom. And boy, do these people get ready to list, because this house is showing perfectly. But again, tall ceilings, some recessed lighting, some decorative lighting, large bedrooms, and tasteful colors. And that always helps a house sell quickly. And this was no exception. This is a nice primary bath, has 2 sinks and lots of cabinetry and a soaking tub. Another bedroom where they've taken the closet doors off and made it look a little bit funky. And a nice family bath. And nice light, bright, and white. Laundry's on the 2nd floor, which is always appealing to buyers, and a walk-in closet. The lower level is finished, and there's this nice finished area where they are using as a gym. And then there's a pretty generous playroom as well. I always say, if you see carpet in the basement, you can guess that the basement is probably dry. And then there was a room down that level as well that was set up as a bedroom. And a cute little shed. So here's another view of the back of the house. So built in the 50s, but it actually is some really nice character and detail that makes it look older. Super cute. If you're thinking about relocating to one of the villages of Newton, I hope you'll reach out, as I'd love to help you. So what did you think? Did I miss anything? Is there anything else you'd like to know about the city of Newton? Remember to subscribe to stay updated. And as promised, here are more celebrities that hail from Newton, Massachusetts. Did you know that Jack Lemmon, if you don't know who that is, ask your parents, and Matt LeBlanc of Friends fame both hail from Newton, Mass. Thanks for watching.